Chester Cheetos. Crunchy skateboard. He does 72 miles an hour. And he's a dog, not a cat. He's got cool shades on. It's hip to be square. It's a square deal. And as far as a Zuma movie goes, he's African. So Chester of the cool cat cheetah, he's not even he's not a cat. He's a cool cat, like a cat dude as a cat caper, but not a kitten as a feline, but a cool dog that can run 72 miles an hour faster than a greyhound. Then we have the Crunchy Nature Valley for tromping around in the valley and finding deer with the ice cold milk with an Oreo cookie with 2 sides dark chocolate and 1 little white thing in the middle sandwich. And if you ever had an enemy like somebody's wife or 2 generals and a daughter and they all wanted and they all wanted to have sex, and I'm stepping out of the way with 2 black guys going to her. She's like, but I'm tipsy. I said, if I hated you because you were doing something to me and you were like senorita, and I just wanted to tell you, it doesn't matter what color you are. You put 2 black guys together and you sandwich them with a little creamy thing in the middle. You think you're big and bad until he actually grabs a hold of you and starts sucking all the white light out of you. And you're white on the inside of the bones, and then your teeth start falling out of the floor. And he's having sex with both sides, and both of them say, he's hung 20 inches. And you say, I'll be back in a minute. And his brother shows up and the lights are out. And you can't tell if it's a black man, white man. You say, I don't see color, but there's 2 of them, big black aphrodisiac. You tell it to your wife's like, so what's that? He ate the Oreo cookie. You ever see an enemy disclosure that said Vietnam vet, be disclosed, black and yellow Camaro, looking for 2 sets of public works of how to get the plumbing on both sides of the woman to actually say, I submit, I got your back. You get the front door. And they're both tackling her. They're like, what is going on? Kansas City Chiefs says Vietnam veteran. The Chiefs took over. What happened to One-Eyed Willie? He said, I'm just pulling back and falling. And those guys pull here. And I formation. And pull it back down. They put it in Las Vegas. He said, Raider Nation. And he ran for the here. And he pulled back. He said, what's that? He said, Raider just took back and fell back into Las Vegas, took over Las Vegas, said Vegas can't afford him because he's a harbor. What happens when you get a harbor of football players, they got all the food supply and all the harbors around the world. You're going to end up owing them for the rest of your life. He said, that's not a leasing order. You can take those guys in the shirt, but what happens when he's like all black all across the line and the thing is a black wall and the white man's got a big patch on his eyeball? He's like, now how do I get rid of these 2 guys on top of me? They're the 2 white swords, the tallest general and the shortest private, and they're steamed up. And you're going to tally-ho. That's what happens to that white chick in the middle. Tally-ho. You know what they call her? A hoe. You know what a hoe? It's good for digging the yard. It's a hoe. She goes around there. A hoe. Hoe cakes are real flat like. They start off real pancake. And then you're a pimp daddy by the time you're tricked out by the black man on one side. And then the white man says, exceptionally, those are just words. I'd have to be drunk or out of my mind to be taking my wife and getting her involved in a 3-way. Oh, absolutely. 3 switches thrown around and take her to school to teach her a lesson about Chester Cheetos and the armed forces of Vietnam vets that came back and said, I could give her that Korean thing and let the Korean run around there and muff dive. I said, what are you doing? I'm taking you shopping. We're going to shop for Too Hot to Handle and AI. All next, Sony pictures of how to get rid of 3-way with Mike Tyson in Bangkok.